Hello lovelies, you're welcome back to the channel today. So we're going about the sewing of this beautiful flare gown you see right here on the screen. It has an off shoulder cape sleeve, it has two side pockets, and it also has a zipper in front. So it's a 100% beginners friendly tutorial, and if this sounds like something you're interested in learning how to do, please continue watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel in case you haven't done so. So without much ado, let's get started with what we have for today. Basically, the drafting part of this tutorial has been uploaded on the channel, and the link will be in the comment section, so that you just have to watch the first part, which is the drafting, before you come on here to watch this second part, which is the sewing we'll be doing in today's tutorial. So it's detailed and 100% beginner friendly, just like all my tutorials. So after drafting out and cutting out all the pieces, both the flare, the pockets, basically everything, so go ahead now to assemble or start sewing all of these drafted pieces. So the first one to start with will be the front part, which I'm going to now pipe the armhole. Okay, so after piping the armhole, I will now join the lower part, which is the flare parts, to the upper part. Okay, so I'm going to join them right sides facing each other. Now I've gotten the waist part of my flare, so right sides facing the one side of the front part of my gown. I went ahead now to pin. So while I was cutting out my flare, I made mention of this in the drafting part. I didn't consider my 2 inches stitching allowance. I added 1.5. So because of this, I had to mark 1.5, and that is where I started pinning this my flare part of my dress from. Okay, so that by the time I'm now stitching it, I'll stitch it using 1.5 inches and it's not going to show at all. And also pipe the armhole. So I've piped the armhole and also joined all the pieces on the waist. I've piped all the armhole, as you can see right here. So this now is for the front part. You can see it's 2 pieces. I'll just keep one piece aside, so you can see what I have right here. Okay, so you can see that I have it's not really aligned at the ends on the waist, but by the time I'm stitching this down using my 1.5 inches stitching allowance, it's not going to show at all. So the next on the list is to fix our zipper. So remember that our zipper allowance is 1.5 inches, which I'll fix starting from that notch I have right there. So basically we have to go ahead to fix our cape first before we go ahead to fix our zipper. So from the shoulder, I marked down 5 inches, okay, from the top part of the shoulder on the armhole. So I marked 5 inches below. Now I will extend it to this my zipper. Okay, so you see towards that end, that's where I extended this to. So this is where my cape will be stitched. Sorry. So remember that for your cape at the top part there, you have to go ahead and fold it in twice to get rid of the rough edges, as I've done mine right here, as you can see. So you see the top part is looking neat, but I still have the base not weaved yet. So I'm now going to place this exactly on top of that line which I marked, and at the edge from where this my fabric is starting from on this zipper allowance side. Now I'm pinning this my piece to the body part of my dress right here. So I'm going to arrange this exactly on this line which I have marked so far and pin so that it doesn't shift or move, okay, while I'm stitching on my sewing machine. So I've pinned this, and after pinning this, now I'll now get my zipper. I'll pin my zipper from that notch I have, which is my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So I'll start pinning my zipper from there. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. So note that this my cape, this is the right side of my cape facing the camera, okay, and it is on top of the right side of my dress. Okay, so the right side of my dress and the right side of my cape are both facing the camera. Now I'll go ahead and now pin my zip on exactly the zipper allowance of 1.5 inches that I gave to this. So because of the half length of my client is so long, that is why my zip didn't really extend up to like 5 inches below the waist, which is one thing I've always done. And my zipper was just 23 inches long, which is almost the same thing with that of my client's half length. So stitch your zip and also on top of that your cape for the 2 front parts of your dress, just as I've done right here, as you can see. I unzip this for you all to have a better view of what it looks from the inside. So also stitch on top of that your cape, okay, so just stitch directly on top of that cape, that line where I pinned, just on that point after stitching your zipper, okay. So I also went ahead to also join the front part of my gown after fixing my zipper. You can see it right there. I went ahead to join it in front, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fix or stitch my facing to the neckline. Okay, so this is the facing I have stitched all the edges inside so that I can have a neat edge by the time I iron this with my hemming gum. So I opened up the zipper right here, right sides facing each other. I'm going to align my facing with the neckline of my dress, making sure that my zipper is resting directly on top of my fabric on the right side. So after pinning on that neckline area, I'll stitch it this way and stitch it all the way down, okay, just on top of my zipper. Okay, so stitch the neckline, then stitch your zipper down and now flip it and turn it this way before you now use a hemming gum to hem it together. So I've basically done what I was trying to tell you all. I'll flip this to the wrong side so you can see what I have so far. I used my hemming gum to hem this my facing to my fabric on the wrong side, and this is it for the back part of my gown right here. So this is how neat it looks on the neckline so far. I've also gone ahead to stitch my side pocket from the half length. I have a more detailed tutorial how to go about that in case you would like to know if you don't. Then this is all I have. So the next thing is to now join the front part of our gown and the back part of our gown together. So I'm just simply going to get the back part of our gown now, and I'm going to place them right sides facing each other with the front part on the shoulder. So please, the excess I'm cutting out right here is from the facing and not from the main fabric. Okay, it's from the facing. Okay, so after that, now I'll pin the shoulders right sides facing each other, and I'll stitch both shoulders using just half of an inch. When I'm done with that, I'll arrange the sides of this my gown. I'll make sure they align properly, including the pocket area. Then I'll go ahead and mark my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches. While drafting, the stitching allowance I gave was 2 inches, but because this dress was slightly free, or is meant to be slightly free, that is why I'm stitching with 1.5 inches instead of the 2 inches allowance which I gave to it while I was drafting. So I believe that you can see how I'm really particular about the arrangement of the size of this my gown. So I'm making sure that they align properly. So I'll stitch the shoulder using just half of an inch and also join the sides using 1 inch. So when I get to that pocket area, I will just stop right there and now curve it out this way, following the shape of this my pocket and then into the length of this my gown. So you can see what I've done so far. That is how I'm going to stitch. I've stitched this for the both sides of this my gown and also ironed this on the shoulder. So this is what it's looking like, and I have the back part of the shoulder slightly in front. This is for the pockets. I ironed this properly as well, and I measured out the length of my gown, and I had just half of an inch, which is going to serve as my hemming. So the next, I'm going to properly fix my cape to the back part of my armhole. So I just went ahead to use my chalk to duplicate that part where my cape is for the back part of the armhole. Okay, this one is quite easy and simple to do. I just use my chalk to mark the exact point where my cape is for the back part of my armhole. So I'm going to measure out my strap to strap measurements, which I already showed you in the drafting part how to do that. So that is why it's necessary for you to watch the drafting part first before you come back here to watch this one, which is the sewing part. So like I told you all, the strap to strap for this particular client is 15.5, which I've gone ahead now to measure out on my cape, and I had this, I think, 1 inch extra. So this 1 inch extra I have, I'm going to stitch it to the armhole part of this my gown at the back. I hope you see what I'm doing. So it was excess. I just had to fold this letter, like I just had to fold it to stop exactly on that mark I have. Okay, so I pinned this right sides facing each other. Okay, the right side of my cape is on the right side of my fabric on the armhole for the back part. Then when you now pin, you now stitch from there 4 inches down from the armhole right there. Just stitch it 4 inches down up to that point, and that will be basically it. Do it for the both parts And that will be all for this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't also forget to hem the base of your gown. So whenever I'm working with any flare, I don't fold it twice. All I do is to weave it first before I go ahead to fold it, because folding it twice you won't have a neat work. I'll see you all in my next one. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Have a lovely time ahead of you. Bye.